And yes, we have finally reached our number one big time uber screw up of 2017 in the land of television. And we are pointing our attention to you, Marvel. Yes, Marvel Television. We are pointing our fingers at you, all of them. The reason why is because you screwed up royally in a lot of key areas. Not that you didn't have some positives, I'm going to talk about that in a minute. But you screwed up in a lot of key areas, which has us a little concerned. But it's also not too late to kind of right the ship. And my hope is there are a couple of things out there that you are going to look to and kind of get inspiration from. But let's talk about your screw-ups first. Iron Fist. With all due respect, I feel very bad actually for Finn Jones because I think in a lot of instances he's getting caught up too much in this. But Iron Fist, again, I referenced before, it's not Iron Fist, it's Iron pluck you behind the ear constantly to irritate you. There's nothing about the character that anyone seems to be connecting with. And I know a lot of people are like, well, there's a lot of it's the backlash because of the ethnic casting that they went with and chose not to go with. Objectively, having watched a number of the episodes, and again, not just basing it on my opinion, but people who have really watched the series and are caught up in the Marvel universe, especially in Netflix, it's just they're finding him annoying and they're not connecting. And that's a cardinal sin when you have a really great track record that you're coming off of with Daredevil, with Jessica Jones, and with Luke Cage. So right there, that's painful. The Defenders, though, I have to be honest with you, I think is probably a bigger shock. And I mean it. This is a true example where the whole is not the sum of its parts, because the parts are awesome, even in regards to Iron Fist, if you want to make that the shakiest of the group. But to put them all together in something that is kind of boring and a little lackluster and really doesn't seem to be connecting, it kind of goes against this idea of like the super team, the super group. Defenders, it was, in a lot of ways, I would say more of a disappointment than Iron Fist, because I thought a lot of the characters would be able to carry the weight. But Defenders, I thought, was painful. Last but certainly not least, and what should be number one, is Inhumans, which I will readily admit right from the start, pure objectivity, was never a big fan of Inhumans in the comic book form anyway. So, but I put that aside. I'm just looking at it from a business standpoint. We saw the early footage. Medusa's hair. There's no other way for me to say this. It reminds me in 2017 the way they used to make Mr. Ed talk back in the day, which is like a series of wires and pulleys and things like that, which is horrible and painful. That's kind of how in some of the scenes it makes it look like the hair is moving. I mean, it just... You would think in this day and age, and with Marvel and this much money behind it, you would be getting something better. And honestly, I'm sure I'm wrong, and 100 people are going to tell me I'm wrong about this. But wow, it just seems like, hey, instead of spending money more on CGI, let's see if the show lasts, but we'll just shave her head bald so we don't really have to worry about it. It was painful on the level of like season 1 Buffy the Vampire Slayer effects. And for those of you who are Buffy fans, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So again, Inhumans, and then this idea too, it's like it looked painful on small screens. This idea somehow that you were going to roll this out on big theaters, like somehow this was going to make a difference. No, it's really, you're just giving everybody an opportunity to really examine even further just how bad this show looks. Acting wise, I can't even get into that. I made a joke before in regards to the Cinemax thing, but I mean it. It's painful. When you see something like Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., and I'm not always the biggest fan of that show, but acting wise, I think that's on point. This is painful to watch. I mean, Inhumans needs to be written off as a mistake. We don't talk about it much. You know, maybe 10, 15 years, we show clips from it and we laugh and we're like, oh my God, how does that get made? But yeah, Marvel, but it's not all bad. I mean, first off, Punisher exceeded expectations across the board. Social media buzz from what people were talking about it was very strong. It does, however, seem to have not carried a lot of long-term buzz about it. So I'm a little concerned about that, but the idea that season 2 is moving forward I think is a good sign. And again, you can't really go wrong, Marvel. You do have The Gifted, which has been going strong at Fox and has a season 2 picking up, and you've got Legion, which has been blowing everybody's mind, both the viewers and the critics. And you'll see for Legion, we have a little surprise down below that I hope you appreciate. So Marvel, it's not all bad. It really isn't, but coming off the strength of what you had and the fact that we just love to wait for people who are on top to screw up, you've made some missteps that have us a little concerned. Even Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., I didn't go into that, but there were some issues in regards to that too, and between Disney and ABC in that regard. But yeah, it's looking shaky. So you need to start experimenting outside the normal system and the normal process. So that is why Marvel, you get the biggest screw up of 2017 just because of those big, humongous visual missteps.